Not know what it is or never even heard of it. Our Max Goldwasser caught up with a Grand Rapids rabbi to help us understand its significance.
Rosh Hashanah. What does that term mean?
It means the beginning of the year. Jews around the world celebrate a new year every single fall, just as the seasons change. It's wonderful for us because as the temperatures get colder, we think anew about our lives, who we are, what we might want to do that we didn't have a chance to do all summer.
On the Gregorian calendar, when we hit the new year, it's a time for people to reflect, maybe come up with some resolutions. On a similar note, sounds like that's the importance and meaning behind the Jewish New Year.
For Jews, it's not about how much weight can I lose or how many times can I get to the gym. It's about how do I grow as a human being? How can I be a better person from the inside out, interacting with friends and family? How do I approach those that I have hurt and ask for their apologies? How do I grow as a member of the human family and not just how do I improve my diet or my reps at the gym?
Although maybe those are some important things to consider as well.
You know,
why not?
Perhaps, but the truth is it's really about inner growth,
Yeah.
inner becoming a better human being. Shivarim. We kick off the year with the sound of a famous instrument known as a shofar, the horn of a ram.
Right here.
And 10 days later, we ask God for forgiveness. And our prayers are both individual prayers for forgiveness, but also as a community.
And you called this the alarm clock earlier.
Alarm clock. I'll lift it up for a second. This alarm clock is a shofar, and it really is meant to wake us up out of our lethargy, wake us up to do better, wake us up to improve who we are in our lives.
One of the other symbols I think people might be familiar with, they hear Rosh Hashanah, they think apples and honey. We got a couple of those things right here.
How lucky we are because it's a season for apples in West Michigan and much of the world. Apples dipped in honey remind us of what our prayers are for the future. Our lives should be sweet. We eat apples dipped in honey. Our bread, challah, dipped in honey, also for the same reason. We eat sweet foods to remind us that our prayers, we hope, will be answered with sweetness and kindness. And just as this is sweet, we want our interactions with each other to be sweet. We also note that our bread is round on Rosh Hashanah to remind us that life works in a circle. Every year, we go through the seasons from the fall, winter, spring, summer, and then we're back here in the fall counting a brand new year.
Rosh Hashanah doesn't necessarily fall on the same day, September 16th, on the Gregorian calendar every single year. How does that happen?
The high holidays fall differently every year because we live in a lunar and solar world. And every year, depending when the moon rotates around the Earth, it might be a little bit different.
So like in the Gregorian calendar, we have a leap year.
In the Jewish calendar, we have to add every so many years another month to make sure that we're celebrating our holidays in the right season. We would not be wanting to celebrate Rosh Hashanah in December if we hadn't, in certain years, added a leap month.
In order for people to have a sweet new year, signified by the honey, what are some important things everyone can keep in mind, Jews and non-Jews?
We ask people to greet each other with the words Shana Tova, a good year. Our prayers are for our own members, but also for the community and the world. We pray that each one of us will, in fact, have an opportunity to be kind to each other and be loving to each other, in fact, bring God's presence to each other as we live our days upon this earth.
That was Max Goldwasser reporting. To see one of the biggest differences between the Jewish and Gregorian calendars, all you have to do is look at the current year. Most of us recognize this as the year 2023. On the Jewish calendar, though, we're entering the year 5784.